The creation story in Genesis chapter 1 is the most believable theory of the existence of man and the created universe. Man, we have heard, was created from the earth. But at the same time, he was given something that is spiritual and that is godly, and that is the image of God and the breath of God. When I say this, there are very many questions that people will ask who know how God created, who was there when God was creating. These are things that people will always ask. But we know that Bible was written through the Spirit who illumined the people, divine illumination on those who wrote the Bible. And even scientifically, I think this is the most probable theory. Let us begin that man was created from the earth. If man was created from the earth, that means the human body is a component of the earth. And if man is a component of the earth, if you have a house built of cement and sand, in repair, you can only use sand and cement to repair it properly, as to make sure that it looks good and it holds together as the house. So if man is created from the element of the earth, man can only be nourished bodily by the element of the earth. And that's why everything that man uses to nourish his body, to care for his body, to move his body, is from the earth. The food we eat the element of the earth. They are grown from the earth, and from that man feeds himself. Man eats from the earth. The oxygen we breathe is a component of the earth. We must plant the trees from the earth. We must plant the trees into the earth, and then they grow and then give oxygen as a synthesis from what they get from the earth, so that man is nourished by the same earth that created him. Man uses cars which are made of metal, which is hardened earth. May use silicon, which is sand, for fiber and everything. And because also these cars are a component of the earth, for the engine to move, it needs to be lubricated and to be powered by a component of the earth got from the crude oil. There is nothing that man uses that does not come from the earth, because being tend unto being. A cow will only give birth to a cow. A lion will only give birth to a lion cub. So man feeds from the earth. And man has a tendency to act like the earth would do. When you look at a mango up a tree, or any fruit, apple, orange, a banana, or anything that is planted in the earth, it grows very well. But if that fruit drops on the earth, it starts to rot and to decay. There are two sides of that in man. The food we eat will always smell good, will always be enticing to look at, and the preparation, they are very good. Just like that apple or an orange that was on top of the tree. Very delicious. But since man has the component of the earth and he himself is soil, when the food touches his stomach, it starts to decay, to rot, and to stink. When man himself, a fruit of the earth, falls by death or even get bedridden, they start to rot, just like a foreign apple, foreign orange, or a foreign banana, or whatever kind of thing it is. Including the metal. When the metal falls on the ground, it starts to corrode. And therefore, this story, which is mythical, explains the beginning of humankind and as we see him today. Philosophy teaches us that a man is a composite. So that first composite, the matter side, is formed from the earth. The second is the essence, which is the image of God. And man goes to church, and there is a void when man does not nourish his soul. We go to seek the supreme being, whatever you may call it. For us as Christians, we call it God. Others will call him Brahman. Others will call him Allah, and all those. So those things, the search of the supreme being is a search to go back to where you belong, to where you feel solace. And thus proves that man is a composite, as explained in the Genesis creation story. Man, as we have heard, created by God, was kept in nature. And when man does not take care of nature, he is automatically annihilating himself. Because by annihilating earth, by destroying earth, man is destroying the very component that creates him. And man poses danger to himself when he destroys the earth, because he himself is destroying himself or herself, because he is created from the very element of the earth. We shall continue to dwell and to see more proofs that the creation theory is both philosophical and scientifical, and then we'll dwell into the biblical element and the context of the writing of the creation story. God bless you and have a wonderful time.